This video investigates i-mutation, beginning with what it is and some of its uses in noun stems, weak verb formation, and the formation of nouns from adjectives. So i-mutation is a pattern that results in a given vowel being replaced with a different vowel that is pronounced higher up and further forward in the mouth than the original. So, for example, the letter E is replaced with the letter I. If you pronounce the letter E in Old English, you get E, short E, and short I becomes I. And as you can see, that the I is higher up and further forward in the mouth in the pronunciation. Now, the replacement vowel is pronounced higher up, further forward in the mouth in the original. And just to point out, there's no need to memorize this pattern. It's an aspect of the language concerning the history of it and its evolution. It's an interesting pattern to notice, but it's not required for purpose of reading, translation. You don't need to memorize it. But the table of mutated vowels over here, short A becomes ash, long A, long ash. An A before an M or an N becomes an E before an M or N. We'll see examples of that. Ash is mutated into E, E into I, O into E, short O into short E, long O into long E, U into Y, short U into Y, short Y, long U into long Y, and then the diphthongs EA to IE and similar and so on. Right, now i-mutation arose in the pre-Old English period when an I or a J occurred in the next syllable. So think of the first syllable, then second syllable, where an I or J occurred in the second syllable. I-mutation arose, and we'll see some examples of that. It's also called umlaut because it affected all the Germanic languages. As you can imagine, umlaut is a German word. In pre-Old English times, the word filth was fulith or fulithu. But the combination of i-mutation and the subsequent loss of I resulted in the form becoming fulth, meaning filth, fulth. Whereas in the pre-Old English times it was fulith or fulithu. Now in the same way, the verb to kiss, which I think in pre-Old English would have been kussayan, but the combination of i-mutation and the subsequent loss of J resulted in the form becoming in Old English kusan. Now this development appears to have occurred before the earliest written sources we have, according to Randolph and Wren in their 1994 book. And just to see some examples of where the I and where the J, was still present, you can have a look at this video here in the Old Saxon language, and I'll put that in the description down below the video. All right, noun stems. So i-mutation results in stem changes in some nouns. For instance, man becomes a plural menna, men. Book becomes beach, books. Goose becomes geese. And you notice how the vowel change here is functioning according to the table over here. So for instance, take long O, it becomes long E. You have a look here. Long O becomes long E, and we go from the singular to the plural. Foot becomes feet, and again the same pattern occurs. Notice up here, A before the N, A before an M or an N becomes an E before the M or the N. So E before the N. Dochter, nominative, becomes dechtor, dative. Notice the O goes to E, short O to short E. Moder in the nominative becomes meder in the dative. Daughter here, mother here. And notice long O to long E. Moose, mouse, moose, mice. And there is a difference in pronunciation. This moose and moose, this is higher up in the mouth, and that's the difference between long U and long Y there. Very similar sounds, but just one's higher than the other. And often when you hear translations, it's not clear how much of a difference there is between these two. They often sound very much like the same. Gart, goat, gat. All right, notice the long A becomes long ash here, long A, long ash. Verreond to verreend. All right, so okay, friend to friends. All right, Nouns formed from adjectives by adding thorn, the symbol thorn. So nouns can be formed from adjectives by i-mutation and the addition of the thorn letter. So full, foul, becomes fulth, filth. Hal, whole, hail. Health, health. Lung, long. Length, length. Salau, salau, slow. Salaweth, salaweth, sloth. Satarang, strong. Satarength, strength. Warab, wrath, angry. And this one, wrath in modern English still exists, but it's not well used and refers to anger. Waratho is wrath. And both these words, wrath and wrath, exist in modern English. Wrath is more commonly used than wrath, but if you look them up in the dictionary, you'll see that both exist. All right, weak verbs of class 1 that are formed from nouns. So we have kusa, kiss, the noun kiss, becomes under i-mutation, the u to the y becomes kusan, to kiss. So quite a few class 1 verbs are affected this way. Kusan. Darayam, joy. Dariyaman, to rejoice. Far, journey. Farian, to carry. Phileam, flight. Phileaman, to put to flight, or phileaman, past tense there, to put to flight. All right, the in the front, they're giving it that past tense sense. Farovar, comfort. Farevaran, to comfort. Notice here the F, farovar, the F becomes a V sound, and here farevaran, to comfort. Yaleva, belief. Yalevan, to believe. Laugh, leaving. Lavan, to leave. F here, but a V sound here. Lar, law, as in body of knowledge. Laran, to teach. Leocht, light. Liechtan, to shine. Lust, pleasure. Lustan, to desire. Nama, name. Nemnan, to name. Sal, rope. Salan, to fasten. Shorud, clothing. Shorudan, to clothe. Thurust, thirst. Thursatan, to thirst after. And finally, work, Urchan, to work. Bit of vocabulary practice here. Anyway, class 1 weak verbs formed from adjectives. So now we're going to take an adjective like bold, beld, and we're going to turn it into a class 1 weak verb by i-mutation, beeldan. All right. So we notice that here the EA diphthong up here became IE over here. So beld, bold, beeldan, to embolden. Cold, cool. Kalan, to cool. Eld, old. Eildan, to delay. Full, notice both L's are pronounced there. Full, as in full. A single L, full, would have been foul, as we saw earlier. Becomes fullan, to fill. Fus, ready. Fusan, to prepare. Fairer, notice the double R pronounced. Fairer, far. Faireran, to remove. Yearn, eager. Yearnan, yearn, to be eager. Hal, whole, hail. Halen, to heal. Room, roomy. Ruman, to make room. Sharp, sharp. Sharpan, to sharpen. Turum, strong. Turuman, to strengthen. Walled, mad. Waidan, to be mad. Kuth, known. Kuldan, to make known. And if you stop the video, you can check all these i-mutations have occurred. U to Y and so on. Down here, long U to long Y and so on. So feel free to stop the video and check. All right, class 1 weak verbs can be derived from the first and third person singular past tense or preterite of strong verbs. So the preterite of kawellen, to die, in the first and third person singular is kawal. And under i-mutation, we can go from the AE to the E over here. So we get kawellan, to kill. So a class 1 weak verb Quellen, to kill, and it came from the first or third person singular past tense of strong verbs. So the preterite of quellen, or past tense of quellen, to die, is qual. Ich qual. Here qual. They die, I die, so on. All right? First or third person singular past tense. Okay, so drank gives us drenchen. Drenchen. Feol, the preterite of feolan, to fall, gives us fiolan, to fell. For, to go. Feoran. Hawerf. Hawerf gives us hawiervan, hawiervan, to move about. Lay, lejan. Ras, raran. Sat, setan. Saparang, saparangan. Now there may be another interpretation with this one. Just noticed any of the note here, this combination of N with the G dotted has that J sound as in hinge. So this becomes saparangan. It may also be, it could be saparanyan. Y sound, because the G dot is a Y. Saparanyan. I just go by the linguists and the books and so on. There's two different versions here. Saparanjan and maybe saparanyan. You'll have to decide for yourself there. Sawaf, saweban. Sawunk, sawenchan. Wand, wendan. Werp, weerpan. Okay. Now, some adjectives in the comparative and superlative show i-mutation in the stem vowel. So, eld, old, ealdera, older, ealdest, oldest, young, young, yingara, yingest, younger, youngest, lung, long, lengara, longer, longest, longest, satarang, strong, satarengara, stronger, satarengest, strongest, heich, high, hierer, higher, hiechsata, highest, fairer, far, furrer, furrerest. All right, furthest. Okay, and that's it. Job done.